Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 as we are playing as the Soviet Union. So the war should be starting in today's episode. We thought it was going to start last episode and it didn't. I expect that the Germans will attack at some point here in the spring or summer of 41. You know, they have the war goal and they don't lose that war goal because they got it through the focuses. I kind of think the AI just wants to finish up in Yugoslavia and Greece here, which again is an interesting I think change to the game, because before AI Germany didn't really care about finishing up fronts before they started new ones. So that's a nice change if that is in fact what is happening here. But I think once they finish up Yugoslavia, and then they'll have this new front here where we do have to place a couple divisions. But I think once they finish up Yugoslavia, which might be done before Greece if we can hold on to Athens here. We got the British here helping us as well. But yeah, if we can hold on to Athens and Yugoslavia capitulates, I think they might attack us then. We'll just have to wait and see. But we're on episode 11 and we're still not in the war, which is absolutely crazy, because even though I play slower, typically in my series, we'll join the war around episode 5 or 6. That's usually when it will start for us. Now, given we are playing as the Soviet Union, so we were always going to get involved a little bit later, you know, in 41 rather than 1939. But one of the interesting developments as the game continues to get patches and expansions is that it takes longer to do everything, because you have more and more stuff that you have to, you know, be aware of and manage. You know, like in this patch here, you've got the supply system and the tank designer, and that all takes time to deal with, and not a lot of time, but when you add it all up, you know, law resistance, we had the new occupation system, you had the new intelligence agency and all the operations you can do here. We get like 2 more major expansions and it'll be like episode 20 before we finally get the war started. So 2 things to note here early on. So the first one is one that I've been wanting to address for a few videos now, because it keeps getting brought up in the comments, and that is air supply. So a lot of people are talking about the supply that you can get from the transport planes, and that is currently not working properly. It's unbalanced, and it basically allows you to completely ignore the supply system because the air supply provides, you know, so much supply. And I was thinking about using air supply when we started the series, but when I heard about the bug, I decided that we probably wouldn't use it. If we did use it, we'd use it very sparingly, because I don't want to try and make it easier to manage the supply system with something that's not working properly and that will likely be patched very soon. I think it's supposed to be fixed in the upcoming patch. And so those of you who are getting used to it, you probably shouldn't, because it's not going to be around for much longer, from my understanding. They are going to change that. So while we could get some air transport planes and set up air supply and then not have any more supply issues, we're not going to do that, guys. I try not to take advantage of like broken mechanics in my campaigns. I'm not saying we won't use air supply ever. Like if we had transport planes, which we don't have them right now, but if we did have them, if our troops are cut off, I could see trying to use air supply. You know, that's a situation where you'd want to use them. But other than that, I don't really see us using them just as an exploit, just to basically not have to manage the supply system at all. Yeah, I don't really see the point of that, guys. I'm looking for a good challenge here. I'm not looking to just like roll over the AI using some broken, unbalanced mechanic. And so we will not use the air supply system. And I just wanted to address it because it's been brought up so much in the comments. You know, I think every video there's at least 3 or 4 comments about the air supply system and how easily you can abuse it, and I haven't addressed it yet, and it keeps getting brought up, so just wanted to let you guys know I am aware that it is a broken mechanic and that we could use it, but we're not going to. Let's go and let this play. We're still helping out in Greece here. I had another thing I wanted to address, but we had to get 25 experience before we did, and the other thing that needs to be addressed is something that's changed in this version of the game, and that is tanks. So I've been kind of building these tank divisions out. So far in this version of the game, I've been trying to play with tank armies the way we've always played with tank armies, where you get like a full 24 division army of just tanks to push forward with. And we don't have that yet, of course, but that would have been like the goal, and have a lot of tank divisions and tank divisions that are very heavy in tanks. In fact, I've been building this Crimson tank unit out in a way where they actually have more tanks than I typically use, because I wanted to see if I can't remove the motorized once we got organization high enough, which we got to get some of those doctrines before we would be able to. Something I've never done before. I've never had just a tank army, but I really wanted to take advantage of their extremely high speed here with the rabbits. You know, the 15 point something kilometer speed. So I really wanted to take advantage of that, and so I was thinking about even removing all these motorized. So you can see I actually have less motorized in here than I typically would. But I've been looking into this, I've been looking into the files, looking at the production costs and all that kind of stuff, looking back at the past versions of tank production costs. And I've also heard a lot of arguments of this being made on the Paradox forums as well, that we can't be using tanks the way we have always used them. Because the cost of them has increased so drastically. Something I haven't really been paying attention to. Like, I know that it's expensive, and I look at it and I know it's expensive, but I hadn't thought about just how expensive these tanks were compared to the previous version of the game. So light tanks were, depending on what version they are, what variant or what level, tech level of tanks you have, they costed like 7 to 10 production. Look at how much our light tanks cost, 20.7. Medium tanks were like, I think like 11 to 15, somewhere around there in their production, 11 to 14. Look at ours, 30.3. So we're putting a lot of stuff in them, so they have a very high production cost. But we're basically paying like double the production for every single tank that we build. And it's very unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to have the same level of tanks with these current costs. So this is something that a lot of people are addressing now, that maybe tanks aren't meant to be used the way we have always used them. That you should have majority of infantry now, and then the tanks are just used to help kind of burst through these lines, with their extra breakthrough and their armor. But you're not going to have like full 24 division tank armies, or if you do, that'll going to be like all the tanks you have. But overall, you're going to have a lot less tanks, and that's not something I've been playing. I've not been playing that way, and I think it's been a mistake. And it's the reason why we're sitting here. We've been building light tanks, a lot of factories towards light tanks, for some time, and we're just now starting to get where we're almost, we still need 1,000. That's pretty good compared to 3,000 that we needed before, and we've been building this the entire game. We've been trying to work on getting the light tanks built, and I think we just have too many of them in use. And I think my plan to try and have an all-tank army, just to check to see if it would be effective, because I've never done that before, having like a super fast tank army that could be even faster than straight up motorized, and then just try and use them to easily get to provinces that you've taken, get there before the enemy does, and then easily like cut divisions off and surround them, because there's no way that the enemy divisions can react when you had such a high speed, 15 kilometers per hour. You'd be able to react way faster than they could, easily cut them off. So we're not going to be doing that. Instead, we're going to be changing this whole thing up. I know it's risky changing it up here when we're about to go to war, but I think it's necessary, or else we're going to continue to have severe tank shortages. Because remember, even when we get the shortage solved, then we'll start losing tanks in war, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. Just look at how many they need, 624 for each one of these divisions. It's far too much, guys. So we're going to go ahead and make some adjustments. Also, the organization is pretty low for this division as well. So we're going to go ahead and add the light self-propelled artillery, because we actually do have, I think we're at -24, so I think we'll be all right with that. And then we're going to change all these here over to motorized. And we haven't even finished building the division yet, so this is going to help as well, getting closer to that. And how are we looking here? We're going to go ahead and add one more tank, kind of make up for the ones we pulled out. We pulled out 3. And then what we'll likely do here is have the exact number of motorized and the exact number of tanks now, like 9 and 9. So with these changes here, this should finish up our combat width. We're trying to get to 45. We're going to add one more motorized there and some light tanks. And so that gets us up to 45 combat width, which is what I've been trying to get to. That means they're almost done. All we got to do is get one more support company for the 10 experience. And then this tank division design is completely finished up here. And this is going to reduce the amount of tanks we need by quite a bit. Enough, maybe like 50 or so. I don't know where we're at. We're at 600 something. But it will be enough where I think we should be good and have a surplus in the stockpile. We'll have to see, but let's go ahead and save it. We finished the tanks. I didn't see how much that changed manpower up, so I don't know if we're going to need to train them. I assume we'll have to train them. We'll just take a look and see. And also we want to take a look at the stockpile situation as well. Now we're only -158, and instead we're really short on the light self-propelled. So let's go ahead and change up our factories now, because we've now solved the light tank problem. And we're not going to put as many factories into them. We're going to go to 20 now for that. Go up to 10 here for the light self-propelled artillery, and then just start investing in some of the other things that we want to get here, like the medium tanks. Mechanized, we're doing all right. We actually have a good chunk of mechanized in the stockpile right now, but we do need more anti-tanks. Where are those at? Put one more into anti-tanks, and then also we need more planes. We have 2 factories remaining. Let's go and put these into fighters and close air support. You know, we'll go and put our next factories into that as well. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Also, we might want to start getting more trucks. Yeah, you know what? We should probably get more trucks here, guys. How are we doing on the support equipment? Pretty darn good. So let's just go and pull from those then. With that increased motorized, those tank divisions are requiring quite a bit more trucks. So we did finish up the special forces. So like I think we got that back when we were still in 1940. And so now we're going to want to start working on some 1941 techs. There's the light tanks that we haven't got yet. Still need to get the anti-air and the anti-tanks here. Let's see what else we still need. We got the planes going. I guess production is another thing we need. Yeah, we need to get the construction 4, but we already have 2 slots going here. Problem with getting the light tanks is, of course, that we don't have the experience to design them. Yeah, we don't really have the experience. Can we get these yet? We can go ahead and get one of these. So I think that's what we'll work on. It'll help with the mountain troops. And we will be going with the advanced special forces training. I know with Soviet, it might make more sense to go with the expanded so we can have more of them. I really like the special forces to be good as possible. So I'd prefer to increase their defense and organization. We'll also get the penalty of increased division training time. I don't think we can actually build... Actually, we can. We can build some mountain troops. However, I really want to get some paratroopers. So I don't know if we're going to build any mountain troops, guys. So we're just waiting for the war to start here. We did reconquer that. That's excellent. So let's go and take one of these guys and move them over here so that... Oh. I don't know if we're going to win this here. I just want to make sure they can't come over here and attack. I don't know if this province connects. I think it doesn't. Yeah, just trying to hold on to Athens as long as possible. And that might just give us more time to get focuses and get prepared for the war. So got some good bonuses here. The division organization, also recovery rate, reinforce rate. Those are all fantastic. And so next we want to get the military reorganization. However, this actually has some penalties because to represent that it's taking you time to do this. So the immediate effect upon starting the focus is that you get the army experience gain negative 100%, the division organization negative 10%, and the army organization regain negative 15%. And you're going to have that penalty for the entire 70 days. So this is one we want to get before the war starts. It'd be really unfortunate if we got it and then we started working on it and then the Germans attacked us. There's other stuff we need to do as well. Some of these, for instance, would be helpful, and this one would be really useful. Frankly, there's a ton of stuff that we could get. This one here, improving our rail network. Those are all great focuses. But yeah, I think we're going to go for this one, guys. I think that's the best one for us. There's also the Stalin's cult of personality that is now opened up. We had to wait a certain amount of time before it did. And this will give us new propaganda campaigns and give us a new decision under the leadership of Stalin. And then it also gives us, and this is only a 35-day focus, by the way, but it also gives us some 25 political power. Most importantly, though, it unlocks these other focuses here, all which grant some good stuff. So yeah, we do want to get that one as well. Here's more propaganda decisions. All kinds of good stuff to get here, guys. A lot of good stuff. But what we're going to do is the military organization in the hope, and we do need these factories too, by the way, the 10 military factories. That's probably what we're going to get next after this. We're going to get this now. It can't be canceled, by the way. We're going to get it now in the hope that we can knock it out before the Germans declare war on us. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll just have to wait and see. As far as our plane stockpiles, because I put these planes out there a while ago. I'm going to keep on clicking that, thinking it's going to get us to the stockpiles. Those are all old planes. We'll probably put them out there, though. You can see that they are up on this border now. Okay, so that's changing some stuff up. We're actually going to need to... Okay, this is all messed up. Let's go and pull the yellow, black. I think the green front is a separate front now. Yeah, so everything is messed up because of this. Yeah, all right. So it's gonna get this all changed up. Kind of unfortunate that this happened this way. As far as which army's gonna cover this, I think it's gonna be the Green Army, and we're gonna throw these divisions over here into it. As of right now, though, I don't think we have enough divisions to do this. And why are they not? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Let's get that fixed. See if there's any other mistakes that was caused here. looks like we're good to go. So I guess we could have the Yellow Army cover that. I'm a little bit worried, though, about this front, and it's a little bit more important than the green front. So you know what? This is what we're going to do. We'll pull the Yellow Army back and have the Green Army cover. Oh, we can't. Okay. So if that's not a possibility, then we'll just keep it as is. Yeah, that's fine. Now, this is a separate front as well, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Kind of a pain, guys. So yeah, just the whole front got messed up because of this. So what we'll do is we'll take one of these guys and put them over here. So hopefully that'll work. To kind of fix the issues here temporarily. Now the front's going to keep on changing, and we're going to keep having problems with this until the Yugoslavians are defeated. Still holding on to Athens here, so they just can't beat us there. So that's really good. Also, it looks like we have knocked that out, which I didn't mean to show this, but I forgot that the poster does get more worn. Starts looking old. So there's two that we can get here. This one's just for resources. This one's for fuel gain. I don't think we're going to do either of those, considering the fact that we need the political power for other things. If we didn't have anything to spend the political power on, then I could see getting those. But with all the things we require right now, probably not the best way to do this. All right, so this front has extended a little bit, I think. Okay, so they're covering. I see. This is what we need to do then. Let's pull this back like so, and then just take one of them, put them over here. Looks like I grabbed one that was already over here. So just like that, Yugoslavia has capitulated, and that's what the borders are going to look like for now. They could end up attacking us any minute now, guys. And I'm really hoping they don't until we get that focus finished. We did get the improved artillery upgrade too. Excellent. Let's go ahead and go after... I guess we'll go after the anti-tanks next. Yeah. Though, I think we did just get... Yeah, we did just get the improved medium cannons. So we're going to want to add those to our division designs immediately. That's going to drastically increase their abilities. And it's also going to have to... it's going to require some changes if we want to keep the current speed. Because I think this will slow us down by a bit more. So we're looking for the improved medium cannon. It does, but we're still at 8 kilometers, which is fine. So basically, we won't have to change it. Now, it is going to increase the production cost by a little bit. But look at the changes here. We're getting 10 more soft attack, 5 more hard attack. Most importantly, we're getting 30 more piercing. That's huge. And then like 3 more points of breakthrough. So yeah, pretty good. Gonna increase the production cost as you'd expect. It's interesting that this isn't requiring a variant or anything, even though I just made an adjustment to it. Okay. Do we have to change this? We will have to change that, but you don't actually have to change... That's weird. Okay. But yeah, you don't have to add the change the name like you would with ships. Okay, I guess I didn't know that, or didn't realize that before. So this front here is like all messed up. Yeah, this is not looking good here. Can we increase... Okay, so we could do that. Yeah, I don't really want to stretch the Yellow Army out any further. Alright, so yeah, we just got some issues with this front here. Just not having enough divisions, I think, to cover the whole thing. So let's go and take one of these guys and bring them over here. Get them up to 10 divisions, I suppose. Yeah, I guess this is as good as we're going to be able to get it. Just got the machine-assisted decryption. We're going to get the next one so that we can try and get the Germans done in a reasonable time here. We're at 360 days right now, because they have gotten some of their own upgrades to make that more difficult for us. We have to redo it. Still waiting on these guys here getting trained. Not really a whole lot of experience right now. I wish that was going up faster. There's so many things we have to do with it. And we also captured a German operative. Okay, nice. But yeah, we are holding out here, but you can see that our divisions are currently losing here. So let's go and throw this guy over here. Can we attack? No, we can't. Okay, so they cannot attack this province. I wasn't sure. They'd have to do a naval invasion in order to do it. It does look like we might lose Athens. We'll keep on rotating these divisions in as they get their organization up. Let's go and throw this guy in there. Try and hold on to it for as long as possible. Just cause as many casualties to the Germans as we can here. But yeah, it does look like we are about to lose here. And Japan just declared war on the Philippines. So that means the US will now be joining into the war. Most likely. Well, I guess the Japanese have not attacked the Allies. So maybe not. We'll have to see. We actually have a civilian factory here. I didn't even notice that. So let's go ahead and get it building something. And I'm thinking, I think we're going to build some forts along here again, guys, as I'm a little bit worried about the situation here. A lot of divisions here. And then we're also going to build back here as well, because you don't have the river here. Here you'll have the river, as well as here. Here you got the mountains and the river. But here, this is again the weak point where they can easily break through here. So this is where we're going to try and build up these fortifications, guys. That's the main area where I think we'll need some forts. Other locations where you might want to use forts is right here. Because yeah, they could break through there. I mean, I guess you could really break through any of this here. Let's build more military factories as well. So it's going to get these going back here, I suppose. Though we don't really need them back there anymore, since we've already gotten enough to get the 10 military factories, which again is going to be the thing we do as soon as we're done with this one, which we're halfway through. So I'm really hoping we'll get it done in time for the war. You know what, we're going to say we don't need to be notified of these two, since we know we're not going to do those ones. As far as the political power, is there anything we can do with that now? So we have a couple of choices here, guys. We can go ahead and get one of the political advisors, and then we'd have to wait for the 150 political power. That'd be one option. Get the increased stability. You could get up to 20% stability if you replaced him with him, since he's reducing our stability by 5%. And that would give us some good factory output bonuses. Quite a few bonuses, actually. That'd be helpful. So could do that. We'd have to wait for the 150. If we wanted to spend our political power now, we could get the military theorist, but military experience, army experience has been a real issue for us. We still have division designs we have to change as well. So might not actually be able to use that right now. And then the other choice, and this is one we can do now, is to go ahead and change over to extensive conscription so that we'll no longer need to wait for the manpower. And I think that's the one we're going to do, guys. You can also get like Chief of Air Force or Navy, but I don't think that's as important. We're going to do the extensive conscription, because as of right now, I'm sitting here waiting to train any more troops, because I didn't want to let our manpower get too low. And so with that done, we can now start building different types of troops here, including our medium tanks once we get the designs done for that. Of course, that's one of our issues right now, is we can't really design anything because of, again, just lack of army experience. But let's go and get a few things trained up here now that we got the manpower. We're going to get probably more bloody sickles. I don't know what we're lacking here. It looks like anti-tanks is still the issue. So we'll get a couple of these and maybe switch some factories into anti-tanks. And then we're also going to get some more of the penal divisions, since these don't require, anything except for the infantry equipment. And so we're going to get 10 more of these and then go ahead and get them deploying to Moscow. All right, excellent. Again, those are just our defensive divisions, just going to hold out for really cheap. And captured another German operative. Oh, it looks like the same guy almost. It might not be the same guy, but it looked like him. I think it is a different dude. We're just capturing a ton of German spies, which lets us know that they are targeting us right now and likely planning on coming after us soon. We are short on the tungsten finally, so we're going to need to start getting some of those techs. We'll just trade for tungsten until we do. And we'll trade with the... Let's trade with the British Raj. Try and help the Allies out a little bit. Also, it looks like we're going to need a little bit more rubber, too. So, unfortunately, going to lose some civilian factories here. Frankly, we just need to get some of those resource tax, which I've been avoiding up to this point because we didn't really need any resources. But now we do. All right, so with the anti-tanks, let's go ahead and probably pump a few more factories into that, because you can see that this is the main thing that we've been short on for a while now. I think everything else is pretty good, though. Let me take a look at the light tanks. Okay, we're still at negative 28 here. Just slowly getting those built, so they're just incredibly expensive overall. It does look like we're going to get the focus done. And how are we doing here? All of our divisions have retreated, so let's go ahead and put some more into there, make sure we don't lose Athens. They have to reinforce there. Got the next machine-assisted decryption. Let's go and get the last one, down to 281 days here. Also got the assembly line production. Excellent. So we're going to go ahead and go after... Let's get some of our civilian factories back. 91 days to knock that out. So yeah, it does look like we are losing here. We're going to wait until we get the organization up, and then Reinforce. There we go. They're up to green and we haven't even got there yet. Oh, they are attacking with another naval invasion here. It's a good thing that we have a division there protecting that. Trying to ensure that their naval invasions are unsuccessful. I did move these divisions over here since having 8 divisions was too many there. Yeah, we're really helping the Greeks hold on. Once the Germans do declare war, I think they'll be able to finish up there. So let's go after the construction next. But it is June, and they have not declared war yet, which means they're not going to have a lot of time before winter. And they defeated the Yugoslavians and still haven't declared war, which makes me think that it's just the situation here in Greece, which looks like it's going to be wrapped up here very soon. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to hold out much longer, guys. Oh, yep. That's it. So our troops here are now cut off from supply and can't be defeated. They'll retreat over to this island here. Yeah, this is pretty imperative at this point. Oh, we're actually defending here. And it's pretty imperative that we allow them to get that so that the Greeks can be defeated now. So we did hold them off for a while. Oh, that Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is no longer in effect. I wonder if that might have caused them to not attack us. But yeah, we might see them attack very soon here now, guys, because Greece is going to capitulate here, I think, in mere moments. Let's go and turn this down a bit, since we are trying to make sure we don't lose all of our troops here. I kind of want them to take that so we won't defend it. Yeah, it was because of that pact, and so they didn't want to cancel non-aggression pact. Well, they just did cancel it, guys, and so that means they're going to be attacking here very soon. So let's go ahead. How much time do we have before we can get rid of this? 3 more days. So hopefully they wait 3 days until we get rid of those penalties. But let's go ahead and put some planes in the on the air bases, because I think we do have some extras here. So we only have 200 planes here, so let's go ahead and put a few more. These are old ones as well. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have all our old planes down here on this location and force them to use these ones until they're all gone, the interwar fighters. Since this location isn't as important right now, I really want to focus on these areas here. But with this wider front, we're definitely going to have some issues here, guys. And any location like this here, we're going to need to build forts up on. I was going to work on a few forts there, and we'll put this right underneath these ones here. And we have the river here. Nothing here, but there's a lot of troops right there, so I'm not too worried about it. I think that's the main issue, is this location here. Here's obviously a problem as well. We'll have to see what we can do there. But I'm not going to build forts right there. But we will build them right there. Maybe up along here if we have time. Yeah, and I think they're going to declare war here maybe in a week or less. Yep. So they did just declare war. That means we're not able to finish our focus. We're a couple days from finishing it to get rid of those penalties. But that's a real negative, and that's one reason why we're not getting any experience right now for adjustments. So I'm glad that we got that. We also got our manpower back up. So I believe we're now at war with just the Germans. The Italians haven't joined yet, neither have the Bulgarians. And so therefore we can't attack up along here just yet. Let's go and slow this way down. Go ahead and get all of our planes and our ships out there. We'll start with the ships, I suppose, because this is the easiest to get done. We do need to make a few adjustments here with this fleet. Throw some more, these more modern ships into there. More modern destroyers, I mean. They should be in the same port already, so yeah, we don't have any issue adding those in. And just take out some of the older ones. Yeah, let's take out the Sub-Hunters A and the Sub-Hunters B. And get them coming into this one here. And then take out some of the ones here. And then move them. Probably just going to put them down here for now for replacements. Even though we don't actually have the fleet set to take those. We'll just micromanage them. We'll keep these in replacement as well for now. Alright, so let's go and put all the ships out there. We're going to start with this task force, though I don't think we have a commander. Yeah, we actually haven't put admirals in all these fleets yet, so we do need to do that. So over here, we're going to want the Seawolf. And then go ahead and get him the screen penetration, the Lancer, and then the loading drill master here. All right, excellent. We're going to keep this guy in charge here just because he's got the big guns expert, the Ironside, the ground pounder. That's where our capital ships are. And so these guys here, I guess we'll start with this one. We're going to put them on patrol, but we're only going to patrol this region for now. I don't want to go here yet where the Germans will be able to bomb us. Just right here. And thus we'll put these guys on the strike force in case we do engage somebody there. And then we'll put them on the mine lane. Then we're going to have our submarines over here. We're going to have them doing their convoy raiding. And they're going to convoy raid all through this region here. And we'll just have to see if they get bombed heavily. They might. And they very well might. So we're going to want to do that with all of these guys. I haven't finished forming these just yet. So they're going to all do convoy raiding. And I think we can get this split into half. So let's take out 4 of these. Put them down here for now. And then take these guys. I think that's 5. And then have them doing the convoy raiding as well. Alright, so we'll see how that ends up looking. With these 3 here, they're going to be doing our convoy escorts. We might not do it there. We'll see. We'll do the convoy escorts all through here. We do need to give them a commander as well. I think we'll give them a... I mean, we don't really have any shallow seas, I don't think. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, I don't think any of these are the shallow sea. Well, there's a shallow sea. Okay, so we'll give them the shallow sea expert then. Alright, so we have one more commander here, which I guess we'll just give him the bold character here, since we don't have any other admirals. And they're going to be in the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. So let's go and take them and have them do the convoy raiding in the Black Sea, the Aegean, and the Eastern Mediterranean. Alright, so that looks good. So now we can go and start working on our Air Force. These guys are already bombing. They've been bombing the whole time, apparently. I never did stop them. Alright, so that wasn't the best way to do that. Do naval strikes here as well. I want to do naval strikes over here, but I don't know if we have the bombers in our stockpile. We only have 35 right now. So unfortunately can't do that. You know what? I almost want to take them off of this. I don't know that anybody will be in the Black Sea. I guess you got the Bulgarians and whatever ships they have. I don't expect them to have very much. They don't have any ships. So let's instead bring these guys over to here. Alright, so that looks good. We also have the naval bombers here doing the naval strike, and then we have some naval bombers right here, which would do naval strike over in the lower Baltic Sea. So let's go and get all the planes put out there. Alright, so they're going to be doing some close air support here. Take the naval bombers off, and then put all of them into Western Poland to do close air support and air superiority. And we're going to go ahead and prioritize that with more ground crews. We also have this location here. And I think we might put some fighters here and the rest will go in Eastern Poland. Yeah. So let's take these fighters here, have them go into Eastern Poland, while these ones stay here. Or these go in Eastern Poland, they go to West. That's what I meant, obviously. And then the close air support will also go into the West. And then we have these planes here, which I think are going to be in this area as well. We might move them into Eastern Poland if necessary. And then these planes here are all going to be in this area. We got fighters and close air support. And I don't know if we might prioritize this location, actually. Make sure we have a little bonus there. And then these old fighters will be flying overhead in the Eastern Balkans. Then we have our strategic bombers. And we're going to have them bomb in Western Poland. Strategic bombing. Probably, we will prioritize a few things, guys. Let's just go ahead and make sure they're not bombing certain things we don't care about. I do want to try and do as much damage to their supply network as possible. I don't really care so much about ports, though. That's not really an issue. And I don't really care that much about dockyards either, now that I think about it. We'll bomb all this, though. Maybe not that. I don't think they're going to have a problem with, you know, not having enough room for stockpiling the oil. I think they might have problems just having oil, period. All right, so that looks good. That's what we'll have them work on. And then with the same thing with these, close air support, have them bomb all the supply infrastructure. I guess we're going to bomb forts. And radar. We didn't get radar ourselves. We could have done that. But I was thinking that, well, we needed military factories more than anything else. But we might get radar. I think that's everything. We got the ships, we got the troops out there, got the planes done. So I think we can go ahead and start launching our offensives and seeing if we can break through here before the Germans send more troops. So we're going to send the entire Red Army on the attack into these two provinces here, guys. Remember, we're going to be getting the bonus from the trains here. We'll take a look at our total combat strength in a minute. Here, though, I'm not sure how well an attack is going to go. We might want to let them retreat because it looks like that's what they're currently doing. We can't attack here yet because the Hungarians haven't been pulled in. Neither have the Bulgarians or the Italians. So this is the only place to attack for now. We're about to get our volunteers back, so we'll get 3 more mountain troops. So we just have to wait until the Italians join the conflict. We did finish up with all these guys here. All right, that's excellent. I wish I'd seen that before. So the Green Army needs more troops. So let's take one, put them over here, and then the last 2 will go over here. That gets them up to the full 24 divisions there. Do we want to put more troops down here for attacking? I could see putting a few. Like getting a couple of these guys just to try and launch an attack into roads. Yeah, I think we're actually going to put all these guys over there. So yeah, I think this army's going to just join this one and then come all the way down here. So we can try and wrap up these 3 locations. Because remember, the Greeks are going to capitulate here as well very soon. Though there won't be anybody there to stop us from quickly taking those over. Hopefully. That's the idea anyway. We do have some supply issues here. Alright, so you got the rail that's going across this way. It's not a problem of not being connected by the railroad. Yeah, that's not really the issue here. I think the issue is that they're not using the motorized. So we'll try and do that. See if we can't fix the situation here. And we'll use it all across here. And hopefully that'll fix the supply issues in this location before we end up having to fight there. Alright, so we're attacking and we are winning. Alright, excellent. Slovakia has joined. That doesn't affect us. They're not on our borders. Bulgaria has joined. That does affect us. And so now we're going to try and push forward here against these German troops that are really weak. We didn't train those tanks up after I made the adjustment to them. I don't know that we'll be able to win here. We can try. I kind of feel like we might not have enough divisions, though. Yeah, we're not going to be able to win here. Alright, so we're going to have to wait. Damn, I can't get them to halt. The Hungarians have just joined. Alright, excellent. So we'll now take a look and see if we can do an attack there. Also, we can invite Sweden into the faction. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. So our efforts to get them switched over to communism has been helpful. Go ahead and bring our puppets, our subjects in as well. Alright, so all those troops are moving around. We do have another railway gun. So we have the one over here. We're attacking over that way. I think we're going to bring these guys over to the Hungarian border. Yeah, let's bring them over to the Hungarian border. Just to get some combat bonuses over there, where we're kind of weak. Alright, so pushing forward there. Remember, it's going to be incredibly slow going here in the beginning, since we have this long front and we don't want any mistakes to be made. But let's take a look and see how we're doing on controlling the skies. As of right now, we control all the air regions that we want to, with the exception of over here, obviously. Alright, so just Greece is the main issue. Alright, so they have accepted, but now we actually have to call them into the war. Do we want to do that? They can attack across this way, but I think the Germans would then start pushing into Sweden, so we might actually wait to call them into the war, although they could help against Norway. Okay, so we do want to go ahead and call them in. They wouldn't accept anyway, so it's irrelevant. Alright, so we did get somebody else into the faction, so that's good. Again, winning over here, so that looks fantastic. I'm going to wait for all these divisions to move here. And I suppose we can go and do the attack here now. Although, maybe we should wait to do any attacks until after we get rid of this modifier here. Yeah, let's wait. It's only 1 day away, guys, and then we'll get it done. So we'll just do the one attack here, just because this is very important that we get this done as quickly as possible. The Italians just joined. Non-aggression pact from the British, we'll take that. And from Free France. Okay, so we did push forward here. Excellent. Let's go ahead and keep on going. Not going to stop. Just keep on pushing forward while we can. You know what? Actually, let's go and take this guy and attack here. Let's pull that tank out and bring him over this way. And let's take one more of these guys. Can't seem to get him pulled back. I'm pressing H like crazy and it's just not working. Alright, go ahead and try and get them cut off there. Can't push forward on this side, unfortunately. Hopefully should be able to hold out here. I don't know where these guys are going. Let's actually pull this back 1 notch here, just to make sure. And this guy can come over this way, or wherever he needs to go to. Alright, so front's looking good. Winning here, just about got that province snatched up. And there we go, we got the damn focus. Alright, so almost didn't get that in time. I mean, technically we are in the war. So now that we're in the war, we can do the desperate measures. That gives you increased mobilization speed, and the minimum training time will be reduced. That's pretty helpful. Also unlocks several great patriotic war decisions. So that's opened up now. And then we have the experts in camouflage, increasing entrenchment speed, max entrenchment, and the damage reduction against the close air support. That's a really good one. And it's only 35 days. Well, let's get the military factories, guys. This is 10 military factories total here. So this will be super helpful for our industry. So we're going to knock it out. We do have these 2 troops that are just sitting over here. To keep the training army around, we'll leave 1 there. But let's go and get the other one placed somewhere. I realized we didn't finish placing these. And I think that's because we don't really have anywhere to put them. All of our defensive armies are filled up, it looks like. Yeah, all the defensive armies are currently filled. No naval invasions that we're looking at right now. So let's just go ahead and put him over to here. With the Italians having joined, we can now attack this way. I don't know that we'd be able to win here, though. No. We're going to need those other troops before we're able to win. Alright, and then they haven't defeated the Greeks yet, so we can't attack across that way either, unfortunately. Alright, so with this last division that we just got, let's just go ahead and move him somewhere where we might be weak. Might have some issues. I mean, there's not really anywhere. Let's just move them over to here for now. You never know, we might need more divisions over here. I'm surprised that they're not like doing any attacks themselves. Did we win up here? Oh yeah, that's right, I was waiting to do the attack over here. Not over here. Over here. We're gonna attack right there, guys, with everything we got. And we should be able to get a win here. Yeah. That division's coming, so that might push it into a loss. Good God, the vehicles are so bad. I'm gonna have to edit all these out. We're gonna have a lot of cuts, man. They're just so loud. We will sign the pact there. That means we are safe over here. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen just yet. And I guess this is Sing King that's on the borders. So we do have 2 more divisions that we can move. Frankly, I think we're gonna set up a new defensive army. Yeah, I think we'll set up a new defense army. For right now, we'll just put them over here, Kiev. But we're eventually going to get another defensive army on the front. Very interesting that nobody's, attacking yet. None of the Axis forces are attacking. They declared war, but they're clearly not ready just yet. So I wanted to take a look at an actual combat battle here to see, what all our modifiers are and how we look against the enemy overall. So our tank units are the 2 that are currently fighting against one of their infantry divisions here. He has a 353 attack here, and you can see that the railway gun bombardment is giving him a negative 10% penalty. So again, I mentioned it was a 5% when I was playing against the Germans before. That's what they were getting, and somebody else said it was a 15%, and you can see that we're getting a 10%. So it does vary just based on your guns, your railway guns. And so that's giving them that penalty there. It gives them the penalty to their soft attack as well. They do not have their own railway guns. That's interesting. Yeah, they haven't got them just yet. We're getting a penalty because we exceed the combat width, because we're attacking into the forest with these tank divisions, which are 45 combat width, so they're not low enough to be able to perfectly fit into the forest. Getting terrain penalties, of course, as well, but you can see our intel advantage, 13.4% bonus there. That's fantastic. Air support, we're getting some fantastic bonuses, and that's how we're able to defeat them here. Also, Zukov is better than Hoth. All right, so we've already taken this problem, so we just need to get our divisions over there. Be there in mere hours here. And again, just trying to cut off these troops as rapidly as we can. We'll have to finish up a defense, I suppose. So we'll have to wait till those infantry get there before we'll actually... Well, you know what? We don't have to wait just to attack here, though, do we? So with the railway network, we're trying to seize... I guess we're trying to go across this way. But you know what? We will go ahead and move a tank over to there, with the assumption that somebody will come there. Now that we're at war, we now have more of these decisions open up, so we should go ahead and take a look at them. We have the Heroes Forward, gives us a 7% division recovery rate, and up to 5 unit leaders will get the Determined trait for 180 days. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that. I don't know what the Determined trait is. I assume it's pretty good, though. Could also get a factory output increase. That would be helpful. And then the Motherland Calls. This will increase our manpower, training time. Yeah, that'd be really good to have as well. So yeah, some great bonuses overall. Well, let's do the Heroes Forward because I want to see what this does. So let's go and do that. I mean, we know what the modifier is, but I want to see what this trait is. We'll just have to see who got it. So here's one person who got it. So 1+ attack and 1+ defense. All right, so unfortunately, out of our attack divisions, only 1 leader got it. The rest are on the defense, apparently. Yep, you got the Purple Army. I mean, that increases the defense, so it's still good. And then you have the Yellow Army. They got it. And the Green Army. Wow. And who got the other one? I thought they said 5. I counted 4. 1. Oh, maybe a Field Marshal? Can Field Marshals get it? Yes. We got a Field Marshal get it, but it was the defensive Field Marshal. Okay. So probably not the best commanders to get that overall, but we'll take it. But yeah, out of all the offensive ones, this one, the one I'm not even using just yet, that's the one who got it. So we're waiting to attack until they finish moving their divisions over here, just so it's a weaker front. Just barely winning that one right there. These guys are done pushing forward here. We should keep on moving then. Let's go after... Let's attack here and here. Let's keep on pushing forward as rapidly as we can. Still pushing forward there. How we doing over here? Pretty good. Still waiting for the defensive units to get there. The infantry. Alright, so that's going to help us out quite a bit. You know, let's also take one of these guys, have them come over this way. Alright, so we've also moved here. We're going to have to finish up a defense first before we're able to do any further attacks into this province. They shouldn't be able to hold on to that very long, though. Let's take 2 of them, let the other guy repair a little bit. Again, attacking into the forest. Yeah, it's going to be very slow going. We did push these guys back and then I guess cut the units off there and destroyed them. Must have missed that. It's going to attack here. Alright, so got the victory there. Excellent. The blue front we will pull back. Their purpose is not so much defense, but offense. Still won't be able to attack here until we get those other divisions over here. Just gonna have to wait patiently there. See how the Swedes are doing. Holding there, we might need to send divisions over to help them actually. I believe we are going to do that. Put some divisions over here. We have this new army that I just formed. Let's go ahead and get them a defensive commander. And move them on over there. I'm waiting for this guy to rebel on us. Or to betray us, excuse me. We'll give him the cav guy. Sure, why not? And bring them over here to help protect the Swedish. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm sitting there selecting it. I don't know if they need... Yeah, they only need that one there. So we'll send these 2 divisions over there to help protect the Swedes, make sure that the Germans can't break across there. How are we doing in the seas? Looks like these are all challenged at the moment. Control there, and control all of this. All right, excellent. Things are looking good. How about the skies? Okay, so over here in eastern Poland, we are not controlling... neither are we controlling that area. I did forget about these troops here. Oops, wanted the Red Army. Let's go on and get them pushing into Memel. See if we can get a win there. We can. Excellent. So everything's looking pretty good so far, guys. Pretty good. Let's go and pull back the Red Army here. Remember, they're only on offense. So yeah, gonna probably get all these guys cut off. It does appear like we should be able to get over to Danzig. I don't know if we'll be able to get that far, but hopefully we should be able to get all these units here cut off and destroyed. We want to attack there, but you know what? We will go ahead and grab that air base up. I can see that being beneficial here. All right, so the tanks are finished moving over this way. Let's go ahead and go after this province now. Keep on pushing that front forward as rapidly as we can. Let's take a look. Have they finished moving these guys? They're still kind of rotating divisions everywhere, so we'll keep our troops back for now. Winning over here, that looks good. No attacks by them yet. They haven't thrown a single attack at us. I did forget about this location here, but also I don't think we would be able to win there. I can try and get a win, but I don't think we would be able to. Maybe. This one we clearly will have to wait until they're done moving. Alright, so let's go and attack right there. And we'd have to get over to this province. Can we get over there? Is anybody able to attack? No, you'd have to attack this one. Okay, so that's not the best way to do it. Again, just real slow going here. Not rushing anything. Let it go at speed 2 just for now. Able to effectively move over there. They're not really doing much to stop us at this moment. Alright, so the next way to get over to Danzig would be that location there. Could go here. We already got troops coming over this way. I want to get right there. So let's let the tank unit here, or excuse me, the infantry unit here move while the tank gets his organization up. Yeah, we'll just give him a few hours and then we'll attack. I will attack with this guy just to finish up that defense there, because you see that we're not actually winning here. So let's go and attack with this guy, kind of help out. And we don't want anybody leaving here. Let's go and push forward there now. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and take these guys, put them onto this front, get rid of this here, and then go ahead and increase this front. Like so. Alright, looking good. This will just attack with both of these tank units. Oops, thought I had them both selected. Go and grab that province real quick. Or try to anyway, before somebody gets there. Still winning here. We are losing there. Okay, I thought that might be the case. We gotta let that one division leave. This guy is only 2 divisions now, so we'll go ahead and do the attack. See if that ends up working or not. And we did win there as well. Alright, excellent. So I'm going to try and grab this province behind them here. Wouldn't completely cut them off though, but you know, they don't have the rail network that goes there anymore. So I was going to grab that, and let's go and push forward here as well. And you know what? Let's go ahead and pull the Blue Army back here. Yeah, it's kind of a rough front overall. Still waiting for those 1 troops to get down here so we can attack. We'll never be able to do it without the offensive divisions. Having success all throughout here. No issues so far. So now we're going to go after Danzig. We got 1 province away, but we're also going to grab this rail station here. I can see how that would be beneficial. I think there's a supply hub there. Yeah, there's a supply hub there. Still need to get up this way to actually cut them off, but taking this here would do that as well. So let's go and attack with these guys now. Looks like we will win here. And also we had our first naval battle that we can look at. We bombed some convoys. Alright, so we were able to successfully sink a convoy there. We are engaging with the Italian fleet. I don't know how many ships they have left. You'd think they've been fighting the British this whole time, but they still have 60 to 97 ships. What do the British have? Quite a few. I'm surprised the Italians have as many ships as they do this late into the war. I thought their fleet would have been destroyed by now, but they are not. So we do actually have to worry about them, the Italian fleet, engaging with our submarines over here. So that's kind of a problem. Just make sure that we're not looking at any naval invasions that they might be planning. Appear to be good to go as of right now. We need to get more troops over here. This blue front is just doesn't have enough troops. We can now finally attack over here. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and throw everything we got at them here. I know that's like overkill, but we're gonna want all the divisions there so we can rapidly take advantage of it. Alright, right, so still moving these guys here. There we go, beautiful. So we have completely cut off the troops here. That's going to cause lots of problems with the front, as it always does. So let's make sure that we don't have too many assigned here, which we do. Alright, so how's it look now? We got 14 here, that looks pretty good, while the rest come over this way. And then with the Red Army here, we'll take a look, see how, we've got Tamemel. Alright, excellent. We'll take a look at how this one looks. 6 divisions total. Oh, we have 9 over here. I suppose that'll work. Might take one more. You know what? I think this is good. So we're going to try and wrap these guys up over here, get them completely destroyed. Won't be able to go after Danzig, I don't think. Not with what we have right now. We're just going to have to wait a minute. Alright, so yeah, we're looking pretty good on that front. Everything has worked out exactly as I wanted. We got these troops cut off, and we're able to get them destroyed now. Here, this is not working as I wanted it to. We did win here. We got to finish up the defense before we can push any closer to their capital. And just looking for areas where we can do something here. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the Blue Army off of this front here. Just let the Green Army cover that, so the Blue Army can focus on these provinces right here. And you know what? We're also going to... We're going to change this up a little bit. Put the entire Blue Army there so that we can attack right there with everything we got. Try and get these guys cut off. These 4 German divisions here. And yeah, just unfortunately can't deal with that yet until we get some offensive armies. Alright, so this is the way the opening of the war looks. Doing pretty well so far. All of our plans have worked as we wanted them to. Got to help the Swedish out here so we don't lose. You see a lot of troop convoys coming through the Baltic right now that our submarines are currently engaging. I wonder how many of these will be able to sink and how many casualties will cause to them. But we do have to end the episode here because we need to look at a few things. We just got army experience too, so we need to change up our division designs. Alright, so we'll have to take a look at that next episode as well. But let's go and take a look at our casualties, and then we're going to look at some of the other wars. A few people wanted to look at those. So as of right now, we have 5,000 casualties. 2.1 was that was from the Italians, 2.9 from the Germans. We have currently done 19,000 casualties to the Germans. So almost well, not quite a 10.0 kill-death ratio, but very, very high kill-death ratio so far. Doing pretty well. Against the Italians, we're not even on here. So we can't even see it. It's in the other. But they've only killed 2,000 of ours so far. But I guess this is going to show us all the casualties for the entire war, doesn't it? The Germans have taken 386,000 total. 57,000 of that was the Greeks. I wonder how much of that we did, because our volunteers, I think, were counted as the Greeks having done the casualties. So that's how much damage they've caused to them. Quite a bit for Greece. And I'm sure the Italians have also taken a lot from the Greeks as well. Yeah, they've done much worse. 134,000 to the Greeks. The Italians overall, or from the Greeks, I mean, the Italians overall have taken a stupid number of casualties. 967,000. Almost 1 million casualties. In fact, they have done more on the war participation than the Germans have. Well, that's interesting. Bulgarians have taken 42,000 casualties, currently 30% towards capitulation. The British have taken 653,000. Wow. Just so many casualties between the Italians and the British. I'm guessing most of that has been in Africa. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet most of that's been in Africa. 54,000 in South Africa. Free France, 131,000. How are they doing comparatively? Looks like the Germans have taken less casualties than they've done to the British. So the Germans are doing pretty good overall. British currently have 65% of the total war participation. The Greeks are 99% towards capitulation, so they're almost there. They got to take one of these islands, though. Yeah, they have to take one of these or Crete in order to win the war. Or take this one. That might be enough as well, which they're currently doing. So the Greeks have not capitulated yet because of that, but they will capitulate very, very soon. The Dutch, 21,000 so far. So that's the war here. I guess the only war to look at, again, somebody asked me to look at all the wars. We were able to see the Allied versus Axis casualties there, but we haven't seen the Japanese versus China casualties, which, remember, the United States is now involved in this war as well. They've already taken 6.7 thousand casualties, and doesn't look like they've gotten on here just yet, so they haven't really done any casualties to Japan. Just looking at China, 1.36 million casualties overall. How have they done against the Japanese? Wow, 2.2 million. The Japanese have taken more casualties than China has. Wow, that is significant. Like all of China. 2.05 million for the whole Chinese United Front compared to the 2.38 million that Japan has taken. So Japan is in a horrible situation. So while Germany's done quite well, as have the Italians, the Japanese are not doing very good, and we kind of knew that. We've been watching the war here and there. But they have taken part of Indochina. Actually, you know what? They got Indochina peacefully. They demanded it, and the French gave it to them. And so actually, it's the Chinese United Front that's taken part of Indochina. So overall, this is just really bad for Japan. So we'll have to see what happens now. The United States has joined. I can only see it getting worse for them. So the Pacific War might end before the European conflict. But yeah, we're doing pretty good so far, guys. Good little opening here. Obviously, it's going very slow, and it's going to continue going slow for now while we're micromanaging all these fronts, making sure that we do as well as possible. Trying to get over to this province here, which I don't think that will cut them off here. They'll still have supply, but they won't have the rail going over to here to that supply hub, because I think that's a supply hub. You know what? That's not a supply hub. So that supply hub would have difficulty probably providing them with supply. They have the port here. Okay, so you'd have to take the port. I'll have to see what we can do, guys, because I think that this province here would be incredibly difficult to take because it's the mountain province. It's got a lot of troops there as well. You can't really attack across this way without getting a river penalty. So I'm not sure what we'll do there just yet. But just got to get over to the capital, get all these Bulgarian troops to capitulate. And so that's our goal. We're going to continue pushing towards Sofia. And then same thing here, going towards Budapest to try and get the Hungarians to capitulate, though the Hungarians don't really have very many divisions, not as many as the Bulgarians do, or all their divisions are located elsewhere at the moment. Yeah, so far everything's looking pretty good, and interestingly, they have not been attacking us. Yeah, we haven't seen a single attack by the Axis, despite the fact that they were the ones who started this conflict. And we're also doing okay in the air. It could be worse. I think here is a problem. Yeah, this is where they're throwing all their planes. So here is a problem. We might have to just pull our planes from there because, yeah, there's no point on just taking high casualties here. We do have Western Poland under our control, though, so that's big. All right, so that's the current situation, guys. We finally are involved in World War II. Next episode, we'll spend some of our experience here. Maybe change up some of our division designs. Maybe we'll wait until we get this pocket destroyed. So we don't, weaken our divisions right at this key moment here. But yeah, I think we'll make some adjustments to those division designs here early on. Maybe, you know what? I think we're going to make the medium tanks. That's what we're going to spend it on. Yeah, we'll get the medium tank division design done so we can start building those. So I do hope you guys enjoyed today's episode as we have started the war against Germany and their allies. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.